Good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. At this time, we are tracking Blizzard 2026, and we have some things that we need to share with you that pertains to the winds, indeed possibility of flooding, and the blinding conditions right now that's beginning to really begin to grip the entire Delmarva Peninsula. And to be quite honest, I don't believe we actually have seen the worst of the storm just yet. I believe that it is cranking up even more so. It is a phenomenal storm. It is actually starting to do a bit of bombing right now, where it's getting deeper or stronger, a deeper low, or stronger as we speak in a very short period of time. What we're going to do right now, we're going to go over, first and foremost, we're going to go over the totals that we have for right now. We're going to go over the projections as far as the timing of the snow. We're going to go over the amount of additional snow that we expect and anticipate later on this evening, and show you why I am concerned about additional snow and even more snow beginning to plague us and to really just settle on top of us, on top of the snow that we've already recorded. Then I'm also going to talk to you about what's happening with the winds, why that's significant, and then this coastal flooding, bona fide concerns for flooding in the midst of this blizzard. We are also concerned about coastal flooding, and we have warnings as it pertains to flooding for low-lying areas. And because we're so close to freezing and not quite freezing everything, that water and that slushiness that we're seeing right now is going to have a possible double-fold concern and double-fold problem. Now I'm going to go full screen so I can illustrate for you what's going on at this point. Here are the latest numbers, and to be quite honest, they're fluid. Oh my goodness, there we go. There we go. They're fluid as of right now. Sorry, I dropped my microphone. And we're at 3.7 inches of snow, for example, in Harbison, 4 inches, and Milton at the very least. Belltown, 3.5, over 3 in Harrington, Felton, 4, West Dover, 4. But that's not all. In fact, some of our other totals, Stockley, we're at 4 inches there. Lewis and Bethany Beach at 2.8, 3.6, Dagsboro and Nassau, Millsboro over 3 inches. 4 inches have been recently recorded in Ellendale, and Bridgeville's at 3.2, but I suspect it's going to be higher than that because we have additional significant snow showers already over them. Here's our expectation. We are expecting to actually deal with a range of 10 to 18 inches of snow. Now, this has been augmented because this storm has not only gotten bigger or more grander and deeper and stronger, but it's also becoming a little more sluggish. So it's going to have more of an opportunity to drop more snow on top of us. So it's a combination of two things that have changed. Well, three. It's changed in size, it's changed in strength, and it's changed in momentum. All three of those make for a different move with this system. So now I'm taking you live right now to show you just how quickly we are being inundated by the snow showers from Blizzard 2026. This is a look at Rehoboth Beach. And if you look, you can see the benches at the bottom of the screen and just how covered they are. You can look at the estimate. You can see the caking on of the snow right there. Let's take another look somewhere else. Here's a look at Ocean City, and you're seeing all that's dancing on your screen. That's one of the indications as to why we are concerned, or there's a gale wind warning that's just been issued by the National Weather Service while we're on live. I'm going to catch this for you right now. Hang on. And the reason why this is important, because this is telling us that the winds are going to be even more of a problem or an issue. This gale wind warning, let's see. Oh, yes, that's actually pertaining to some of our folks on the other side of the peninsula. But we are concerned about winds accelerating beyond 45 miles per hour here as well. So you can see the scene right now in Ocean City, barely above freezing, but obviously that's not a factor. Here's another look, courtesy of our DryTech crawl space camera in Ocean City. This is near the water. You see that blowing snow right now? That's a true picture and depiction of what blizzard means by definition. Blizzard is not just snowfall amount. It's a combination of the winds and the snow and the blinding effect of drifting snow or just snow that's falling sideways because it's just that blustery outside. Here's a different view from a different perspective. This is Salisbury. The roads have now cleared. We had some folks that were driving initially earlier this evening, just a few minutes before we signed on. Now you can see the effects of the streets, and you can see the wind is causing the trees to shake left and right. Now, power outages are also going to be a concern for us as well. So here's the latest look. We have blizzard warning is in effect for Sussex from now until Monday at 6 o'clock in the evening, even though the modeling is indicating the snow may stop, okay, as early as noon or lunchtime tomorrow, right around that time frame. But we're still going to stay under a blizzard warning. It could be because of blowing snow, because of the winds. And we'll have some leftover residual snow showers, but it's really going to be more pertaining to the blowing winds. But as of right now, we are in an active storm right now. All of Sussex, including Seaford, Georgetown, Dagsboro, Ocean View, Lewis, Rehoboth, as well as Delmar. Now, in addition to that, we're concerned about blizzard conditions in Cambridge, Bucktown, Mardella Springs, and to our south, Berlin, Snow Hill, Ocean City, as we just demonstrated for you with a live view of Ocean City, down to Chincoteague. Now this blizzard warning involves the entire Delmarva Peninsula. This is the latest look at the snow. All you see from left side to right side of your screen, obviously, we are inundated. We are in the midst of this snow, of this nor'easter. And because it's so big and because it's gotten so deep, it seems to be mimicking the characteristics of a tropical storm, believe it or not. But that's not so unusual when it comes to nor'easters. Now, this looks like it's the most significant snow that we've had in this area since 2018, actually. And we may have the numbers to prove it before it's all said and done. We're zooming in a little bit tighter to kind of show you where are we seeing the most impressive snow showers activity right now. Believe it or not, we're really seeing more in the way of significant snow activity throughout portions near Pepper Box, as well as, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Right here, Pepper Box, Bryan's Store, Laurel, and Delmar is picking up momentum as well. But we also have a good deal of activity for us near Georgetown and other areas. Now, here's what we're looking at this point. This is a look at what we're expecting with future snow. For example, by 10 o'clock this evening, we're at 8:48 at this time. Within the next hour and 12 minutes, we're expecting to go from where we are right now to up to maybe 6.8 inches, near 7 inches in Seaford, possibly near 6 inches in Georgetown, and close to 7 inches in Allendale. Now, we've already had some impressive numbers in Allendale, so we're already on pace for that right now. And here's one of the reasons why, because I'm showing you now how long will this storm stay over us. Now, this is actually from Seaford down to Delmar, as well as Salisbury. And the red arrows that you see that are racing steadily out of the north, that's indicating winds that are going, all these arrows that I'm pointing out for you right here, these are indicating that the winds are pouring out of the north-northwest at 10:30 tonight, moving approximately 45 to 50 miles per hour, and that's for the inland areas. As we progress throughout the night, you notice we'll still have the winds, but they won't be as intense by 4:30 in the morning on Monday. But they are coming out of the northwest more steadily for Seaford, Delmar, Salisbury, and we'll still have some lingering snow showers for us in Georgetown. And then it should begin to taper off by mid-morning, about 10 o'clock. Now, here's another perspective here. This is actually concentrating more on the beaches. And I'm concerned about the beaches because that's going to be sort of the targeted area where I'm expecting the worst of the worst to occur. Watch how this changes with our forecasting. This is at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock tonight, we're expecting to have, at the very least, 3 inches of snow throughout places like Selbyville. Near that in Berlin, Bethany Beach at least 2.5 and 2.2 Fenwick Island, and Ocean City is expected to be spared, but I think that's going to be changing up very quickly. Now, you'll also notice that we're looking at nearing over 6.5 inches in Selbyville and Berlin, as well as up towards Bethany Beach, over 6 inches of snow there. We're looking for the shelf life to stay from 10:30 all the way to 2 o'clock, the heavier snow showers, and you'll notice, once again, take note of not only the snow and its presence here along the beaches, but look at these winds that are moving down here very steadily. The red and the purple indicating 45 to 50 mile per hour winds right here pouring out of the north-northwest at 2 o'clock in the morning. Then we will begin to see a bit of a clearing that will occur for us by 8 o'clock off the coast, and then a reemergence of some additional snow showers. So I wanted to clarify something that someone asked us online. Well, what's the difference between a winter storm and a blizzard? And I've explained it before, but I want to just go over it one more time so that you understand that we're giving you the information that you need and clarifying things. Winter storm, significant freezing, rain, sleet, or snow is expected. The difference in travel, of course, is not encouraged, but a blizzard means we're looking at 35 mile per hour winds. visibility down to a quarter of a mile or less for at least 3 hours. This has been going on since about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon. We've had winds that have been blustery up to 35, 40, 45 miles per hour, and we've recorded at least a couple of areas where we have 47 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. So that's why we're in the midst of a blizzard. So with the winds in mind, let's take a look at some things. You can see from earlier, 45 mile per hour wind gusts recorded in Ocean City. Earlier, a 41 mile per hour wind gust in Wallops Island. And not just there, even in Salisbury, we had a 36 mile per hour wind gust and 30 mile per hour wind gust for us in Georgetown. Now here's where the tail of the tape comes into play. We're looking at 51 mile per hour wind gusts. According to our forecasting, our futurecast, by 11 o'clock tonight, this is where I'm looking for the worst of the worst with the winds to really kick in. 51 mile per hour winds in Fenwick Island, Bethany Beach, Dewey Beach, Rehoboth, and Lewis. I'm looking at 47 mile per hour wind gusts there. We go inland, 48 mile per hour wind gusts in Berlin, 45 gusts expected in Selbyville, 43 in Milton and in Millsboro, 41 in Ellendale, Georgetown. These winds will continue to pour out of the north. As we go into Monday morning by 6:30, they'll die down a little bit, down to 40 miles per hour, but they're not going to back off totally. And this is why we're concerned about future power outages. Now, this is a specialized map that we have right here on Coast TV to let you know right around 10 o'clock, we're looking for a possibility of some scattered outages of power. And I'm zooming into some locations throughout Millsboro, Frankfort, Long Neck, Ocean View, Selbyville. And this is likely to occur right around the 11 o'clock hour. Okay, that just updated at 11:30. So we're looking at it becoming more concentrated over Frankfort and Selbyville. Why are these arrows pushing so quickly? They're indicating the intensity of the winds that we're expecting and why this part of our viewing area is expecting future outages, at least isolated in all the areas that are covered in yellow. So if you're anywhere under this area where it's yellow, prepare or brace yourself for power outages. Millsboro, Selbyville, Ocean Pines, Fenwick Island, Ocean View, Long Neck, up towards Lewis, especially in Lewis, believe it or not, and just shy of the immediate Milton area. And then by 3 o'clock, it'll be mainly over Lewis, and then we could see another concern later. Then we also have flood warning in effect. This is the other aspect. As we talk about, flood warning is in effect because we are bracing for a significant amount of inundation that will occur. And here's where it comes into play. You see that orange that's right there, that orange that you see in the middle of your screen there, that's indicating that we're looking at 8-foot waves, possibly a surge of up to 12 feet. That's going to be a concern till we get to 6 o'clock in the morning, actually, for Monday. And we're looking at the same concern with high surf advisory in effect for West Ocean City. That's going to stay active until Monday. So for Blizzard 2026, late tonight, heavy snow, 1 to 2 inches per hour rate. Early tomorrow, freezing of slush on roads, significant problems for untreated roads. By mid-morning, snow showers taper off by mid-morning. Totals could exceed 12 inches in a significant amount of areas. We've just begun. Once again, just as a quick reminder, we're looking for potential snowfall with this blizzard warning that is in effect until Monday evening at 6 p.m. The range is 5 to 10 inches near the Chincoteague or the most southern tip of Delmarva. And we're looking at 10 to 18 inches of snow possible for us throughout the rest of the Delmarva Peninsula. We are going to continue to keep you updated on what's happening. We'll do another update for you here on the app at about 9:45, and we'll also have an updated version of what's happening with this storm for our 11 o'clock newscast. Be sure that you join me, as well as our entire crew that were out covering everything as it pertains to this blizzard of 2026 throughout the Delmarva Peninsula. Myself and Maddie Overturf, we're here, and we're going to have folks working around the clock to let you know what's happening around your neighborhood so that you have an opportunity to stay safe during this dangerous storm. I'm Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams with our special coverage of Blizzard 2026. Let's stay safe, and do me a favor, stay off the road. Take care.